Good.
So welcome back to our second day of class here. Yesterday, as you know, was syllabus day, and it was really awesome getting to know all of you. I'm sure that we will find a lot in common with each other throughout the course of this year. Intro to economics. Who here does not like econ? Like it just scares them. Okay, well, in this class, we will be talking about effects of trade, both internationally and domestically. We will talk about supply and demand and the effects that they have not only on each other, but the effects that they have on us as consumers. And then we will also be discussing things such as marginal cost and opportunity cost, going a lot more in depth with those types of topics. But first, we need to understand the basics, which is why today our topic is basic economic concepts. And I'm going to try to get through a lot more than this. I do have some material outlined for in case we do get past this. But for now, this is what I want to start with. For discussion today, I'm going to start off with the most common thought of economics. And then we're going to go into defining what econ is and what it studies. We're also which will help us point out the main problem that econ focuses on, the basic question that it asks, the implementation that economics has on you, or the definition, that economics has on you. And then we're going to hopefully get into opportunity cost. So let me start off by take that back. Let me start off by having you ask yourself what economics means. Does anyone have any idea? Anyone? Katie?
It means that money is involved with people.
Okay, that's a good start. Economics does have a lot to do with financial decisions and things like Wall Street and the financial district of America, essentially. But I want to, let me think of how to say this. Hopefully this video will help. So now, before we answer these questions, let's break it down. Okay, the most common thought of econ is supply versus demand. It's the basic thought of what econ is, what defines econ, and most people will think it's the battle between supply versus demand. Which essentially, in a way, it kind of is, because supply and demand have everything to do. A lot of people will ask themselves when they're thinking of econ, has the manufacturer in the country, essentially, made enough supply to fit the demand that we want? Will there be enough demand from us to fulfill the supply that manufacturers and other companies have made, and vice versa? Which brings us back to the main question: what is econ? Easily put, econ is the social science that is concerned with scarcity. Technical definition of what I found, and this is what my college professors have told me, is that economics is the social science that studies how individuals, governments, firms, and nations make choices on allocating scarce resources to satisfy unlimited wants. What does that mean? Allocating scarce resources. Does anyone have any idea of what it means? Come on, take a guess. Okay, so what it means is we have all these wants and needs that we have. I want a Corvette. I want a horse. I want food. I want a job. So how do we as a nation allocate all these things that we want to satisfy our needs? What if there isn't enough resources to satisfy our needs? Then what happens? Do we just give up and move on? Do we become the people who make the resources? Allocating scarce resources